my Mexican fans. You know, when the World Cup rolls around, I always want CONCACAF to do well, but you guys are in big trouble now. And this goes deep. This goes to Tata. This goes to the Federation. This is a huge systemic problem. But just talking about this match alone, I want to say Mexico has zero play down the middle of the field. It's all long balls into wide areas to players who can't really create a ball on their own. And I don't see how going under and bringing on Alvarado helps Mexico one bit. The worst part is that Mexico actually have a decent back line for once to absorb pressure, but the mids and the forwards are just a black hole of creativity. This is why you're not scoring goals. You don't have a natural out-and-out pure striker in this tournament. And I think it was a big mistake for Tata to leave out guys like Santiago Jimenez and Diego Lainez for this tournament. You already brought one of the oldest aged squads on average for this World Cup. This whole attitude of let's give the old boys another go, it has to die. It has to die. I was perplexed when I saw that Mexico did not bring a single under 23 player to the World Cup like they had done in World Cups past. It is very problematic. Mexico winning the ball in wide areas and making poor decisions once they had it was just repetitive in this game. The players are old, they lack pace. A good deal of them play in Liga MX. And I think Tata got this abysmally wrong. He starts the game with two wingers as strikers. He insists on not playing Johan despite him being way better than Moreno. He starts Guardado, who clearly doesn't have the fitness anymore to start a game in Qatar. And he takes him off before the halftime due to injury. And then the moment that Mexico goes down, Tata decides to sub Vega off, who is the only player of the team actually trying anything. It's like, why do you not leave Lozano in? I don't get that. And in the second half, whenever Mexico went on the break, Lozano was isolated. He had nobody up there helping him. And Antuna contributed nothing at all in this match. And all that considered, Tata leaves Edson Alvarez on the bench despite Mexico being physically dominated by Argentina's mid. And it leaves you wondering why you don't just play your best defensive player if you're going to go up against one of the strongest attacking teams in the World Cup. And the game was a great summary of everything that's wrong with Tata Martino's time as a manager of the national team, honestly. And honestly, Vega did nothing as well. Vega did nothing. All of Mexico's offensive plays went through him, and even then he was the only Mexican player other than Lozano that was trying to do something in a 1v1 against the Argentines. And the only bright spot for Mexico in this game was in the first half when they were playing with high flair. They were putting Argentina under pressure. They were disrupting a lot of anything Argentina threw forward at them. They were winning the ball back. They were dispossessing Messi. But they are lacking up front so much. Even more so, I think, than to a large extent the United States, because our issue as an American fan is finishing. But Mexico is not producing anything up front to finish in the first place. And I can't help but wonder if the counter-press team that we saw in 2018 under Juan Carlos Osorio, I can't help but feel that they actually come away with a result in this match, if not win it. Because I don't take anything away from Argentina. The two goals by Messi and Enzo Fernandez, they were great. But here's the problem. Those were both individual moments of brilliance. Argentina won this match because they had magical moments. Let's not get it twisted. If you're Argentina, individual qualities made the big difference today, and that's going to be a problem for Argentina going forward in the tournament because they need to find their team play again, and if they want to have a chance to actually win this World Cup, because there's plenty of better squads out there that will have a lot more creativity up front and pose a much bigger threat and put them under way more pressure laterally than Mexico did today. For Argentina, I think Enzo Fernandez needs to start. I think Rodrigo de Paul had a really bad game, and I think he knows he had a bad game. His match reaction with his head in his shirt. He cannot be pulling the strings in midfield for Argentina. And I have to give credit to Scaloni because I think the Alvarez Lautaro Martinez sub, it caught me off guard, but I love the movement that Alvarez was bringing to the table for Argentina. I wonder if Scaloni's going to go with a 5 at the back attacking lineup against Poland, because if Argentina top their group, they have a relatively straightforward route to the semis if they top this group. So they need to play better than they did in the first half. And 5 at the back lineup with Martinez, Messi, Di Maria up front, Fernandez and Depay in midfield, and Acuna, Romero, Martinez, Ota. I think that would be interesting to see. And again, Scaloni made the tactical changes that brought Argentina back into this match and injected them with life where they had Mexico on the ropes. Alvarez's energy and his movement, it unlocked Messi. It freed up a lot of the space that he had. And Messi became so much more effective. And that's how the space opened up for the goal, too. Enzo has to at least start over McAllister. In my humble opinion, I don't think McAllister had a great game. So maybe Enzo Fernandez will take his place for the next game. But Mexico just have no threat in the attack whatsoever. You can see there's a lot of promise there. There's a lot of explosion whenever they go on the break, but there's just nobody up there to pounce. And this is Tata's failure. I think he screwed this up so badly. This is a guy that cannot wait to leave the managerial position. Mexico had a whole bunch of bad vibes entering this World Cup, and they're on the verge of crashing out, and this round of 16 streak coming to a crashing halt. But a lot of this goes back to the Federation. A lot of this goes back to the corruption of the Federation, the failure to cultivate new players coming up through the ranks that are making it into the senior national squad, playing favorites, and this is now finally looking like it's going to come back to bite them. This is a really deep systemic problem for Mexico, and I actually feel angry for